X, are you okay? This is X, and he's a great guy, high IQ.
Elon Musk has a history of controversy, but things take a tragic turn when they concern his son XAEA12. The news cycle has been consumed by a far more terrible story, but the child's name has captivated the world since his birth. If you were born into such prominence, what obstacles would you have to overcome? How has Musk's son been impacted by his father's troubled personal life? Discover the heartbreaking truth of the tech billionaire's most enigmatic offspring and the tragic circumstances surrounding his tale. Now, shall we begin? Elon Musk and Canadian artist Grimes became global celebrities in May 2020 when they welcomed their first child together. The multi-billionaire CEO of SpaceX and Tesla, Elon Musk, is notoriously unorthodox in many aspects of his life and career, including his use of social media. His unassuming Twitter announcement of the birth of his son caused widespread interest and conjecture online. The chain of events began when, during her labor, a Twitter follower wanted to know how Grimes was doing. In his customary forthright manner, Musk said, "Just a few hours." A further tweet read, "Mom and baby all good." His admirers showered him with congratulations, but the question that really caught everyone off guard was, "What's his name?" XAEA12, Musk replied. At first, many thought he was joking, but his immediate response perplexed the internet. After all, he has a track record of posting strange remarks online. People began to wonder if he was trolling or if there was a hidden meaning behind the moniker. However, his seriousness became apparent as time progressed. As soon as this name began to sound futuristic, the internet went into overdrive attempting to figure out what it meant. Does it sound like something out of a science fiction book? Is it a top-secret Tesla model? Some even went so far as to say it resembled a Wi-Fi router's name or a password. However, the backstory of the name was far more intriguing than anybody had anticipated. The significance of their son's name was ultimately explained by Grimes. She sees X as a mathematical and scientific allusion to the unknown variable. The character AE originates from Old English and several Nordic languages. In this context, it represents AI and the idea of love in other languages, including Japanese. Musk offered up the moniker A12 to describe the Archangel 12, an ancestor of the State Route 71 Blackbird, a stealthy, lightning-fast fighter plane, excellent in combat but peaceful, according to Grimes. Curiously, Grimes had a personal connection to the A in the name as well. It was a nod to Archangel, a song by the British electronic artist Burial, which she had previously mentioned as one of her favorite songs of all time. Although part of the curiosity was satisfied by the explanation, another question remained: how exactly is it pronounced? It seems that even Musk and Grimes had somewhat different opinions on pronouncing their son's name. In her explanation, Grimes offered the following: "It's just X, like the letter X." On the other hand, Musk had a somewhat different take on the matter. During his appearance on the Joe Rogan Experience, he compared AE to pronouncing the word AI, followed by the letter I. "The letter X is all it is," he explained. "The AE is pronounced as Ash. My contribution is A12. The unique name was already intriguing before the pronunciation discrepancy, but here's the rub: birth certificates in California can't have any digits or special characters in the names. No more than 26 letters from the English alphabet may be used in official state names. According to the state constitution, XAEA12 could not be officially recorded as the name of their child. Because of this, Musk and Grimes complied with the legislation by making a slight tweak rather than choosing something completely new. In a tweet, Grimes confessed that she really liked the revised version, XAEA12, in which they swapped out 12 for Roman numerals. Baby X's life was always going to be extraordinary. Even with a legally changed name, it looked better, to be honest. His childhood would have been very different from that of an ordinary child. Being the son of a world-renowned artist and one of the most powerful tech magnates, X was bound to be raised in an unconventional manner. Musk has long been an opponent of conventional schooling, but he has always been an advocate for experiential learning. On the contrary, he established Ad Astra, an experimental school that aimed to inculcate analytical and problem-solving skills. It's probable that X will grow up in the same way, being engrossed in innovative technology, AI, and space travel. The universe of Musk has already been shown to his son. An image of X perched on Musk's shoulders during a 2024 Tesla event quickly became popular online. He wore a sweater and suit, resembling his father in miniature, as he soaked in the vibes of a high-stakes corporate event. At a time when most kids his age are just starting to read, XAEA12 may have unintentionally started a trend. Even if it astonished the world at first, more and more parents are choosing unusual and futuristic names for their babies, with many drawing inspiration from themes in space, technology, and science. Strange names may someday be the standard in a society where artificial intelligence, virtual reality, and space travel are commonplace. Both Musk and Grimes have made names for themselves by challenging convention. They have only carried that same spirit into their child. The world will be closely observing XAEA12 Musk's development as he matures to determine his character. Is he going to be as successful in business and engineering as his father? On the other hand, will he pursue art as his mother did? Maybe he'll forge a route no one has ever seen before, one that's all his own. Just hearing his name has made an impression on people all across the globe. It represents originality, wit, and defiance of authority. To some extent, it exemplifies the future, a world in which anything is achievable. It would appear that Elon Musk and his son X have a unique relationship. Surprisingly, young X has been spotted accompanying his dad to formal events and meetings. How close are they to one another? Elon Musk has had an unusually public relationship with his son XAEA12, sometimes known as Little X, since the start. Although many famous billionaires prefer to keep their children out of the spotlight, Musk has done the exact opposite. The little child has been a constant in his father's life, showing up at important events, sitting on his lap during interviews, and even playing on conference tables while the billionaire gets work done. This relationship between X and Musk goes beyond that of a father and son, at least in Musk's mind. A number of people think it has its roots in Musk's troubled upbringing, in which he endured emotional estrangement and alleged parental abuse. It is possible that Musk is attempting to spare X the loneliness he felt as a child. Even Grimes's brother, Mac Boucher, has spoken out about their bond, saying that only a select few could comprehend the depth of Musk's love for his son. Experts have speculated that Musk's public appearances with X may have a strategic aim, despite the seeming depth of their father-son connection. Kurt Braddock, a professor of public communication at American University, has speculated that Musk may be trying to influence public perception by often showcasing his son. Braddock says it's a tried-and-true political tactic, an attempt to seem more approachable and personable to the general population. Musk is trying to soften his image as an eccentric, aloof, and even ruthless tech innovator by portraying himself as a doting parent. Politicians often use their personal lives, particularly their families, to create an image of being more approachable and likable. But Braddock goes further, suggesting that Musk's public displays of parenthood could be a diversion, drawing focus away from the scandals surrounding him, whether they pertain to his personal life, political pronouncements, or corporate practices. Political associations. This latest internet sensation fits the trend, lending credence to the assumption that the interactions between Elon Musk and his kid are strategic public relations tools rather than innocuous family gatherings. XAEA12 has already made a significant impact on public discussions. At the tender age of 4, he often finds himself in rooms with world leaders, industrial titans, and political conversations, while other youngsters his age are busy with toys and cartoons. Whether on purpose or not, he has sparked discussions amongst people considerably older than himself, prompting inquiries about the potential impact he may have going forward. Can we expect him to maintain his prominent position in Musk's universe and maybe even take over his father's enormous corporation someday? Or is he just a little kid caught in the paparazzi and politicians and power brokers' tornado of fame and fortune? There is no doubt at this point that little X has left an effect. Like his famously controversial father, his innocent yet thought-provoking remarks have ignited debates, amusement, and controversy. The world will be watching him closely as he gets older to determine if his brief appearance in the media was just a blip or the beginning of something significant. When Musk lost his firstborn, it was a devastating event for the family. The Musk family was devastated by the loss. What transpired? How did they deal with the tragedy? Elon Musk has frequently opened up about the challenges he has faced in his career, adding to his reputation for fearless ambition and dogged pursuit of technical progress. But the death of his firstborn son, Nevada Alexander Musk, is one of the most private and tragic parts of his life that he has hardly spoken about. During Musk's marriage to his first wife, Justine, Nevada was born. His parents were filled with excitement and hope throughout his first few weeks of life since he was a healthy baby. Unfortunately, disaster struck when 10-week-old Nevada died of SIDS, an enigmatic and terrible disease that kills off apparently healthy babies out of the blue. The Mayo Clinic defines sudden infant death syndrome as the unexplained death of a baby, which frequently happens when the baby is sleeping. There may be more than one element that raises the risk, but no one reason has been identified. Babies who were born prematurely, with a low birth weight, or with a history of respiratory illnesses or a brain abnormality that affects the control of breathing are at a higher risk. There is a statistically increased risk for infant males compared to girls. For parents, the unexpectedness of sudden infant death syndrome compounds the anguish. A minute later, they're gone, and the kid is sound asleep. Shock, anguish, and unsolved questions are all that are available. There is neither warning nor a chance to intervene. It was terribly heartbreaking for Musk and Justine to lose Nevada in this way. They had hopes and plans for their son's future as new parents, and yet they were struggling to cope with a loss so deep that words failed them. Musk seldom discusses Nevada, even though he is candid about many other parts of his life, including his personal and business life. He seldom brings up the subject of his bereavement or opens up about how it affected him in public. In 2018, meanwhile, Musk showed unusual sensitivity in an email interaction with a bereaved parent following the tragic loss of his son, James Riley, who was driving a Tesla Model S at the time of the accident. Riley filed a lawsuit against the automaker, claiming that it was legally responsible for his son's death. There is nothing worse than losing a child. This very moving comment showed a side of Musk that the public seldom sees, a man who comprehends on an incredibly profound level the intolerable anguish of child loss. The gravity of his comments was born of his own pain, which he had mostly concealed from the world. "My firstborn son died in my arms. It was the most devastating revelation I've ever heard," Musk said of the last minutes he spent with his son. In the same conversation, just one statement conveys the terrible image of a father clutching his newborn baby as his life dwindles away, helpless to intervene. Even for those who have been through bereavement, the intensity of this moment is hard to fathom. Anguish like this never goes away, like a wound that never gets completely healed. It is clear that this tragedy had a great impact on Musk, even though he hardly brings up Nevada. Someone like Musk, who is renowned for his tenacity and perseverance, may have let his early grief shape his approach to life. Losing a child alters a person irrevocably. Some have hypothesized that this setback may be contributing to Musk's insatiable need to break new ground and accomplish the seemingly unattainable. Maybe he's trying to escape the sadness that engulfed him by trying to make a difference in the world. Furthermore, it seems like Nevada's passing has had a profound impact on Musk's perspective on parenthood. XAEA-12 is his little son, and he is regularly seen with him, but he does keep some parts of his personal life private. Since then, he has had several offspring. The obvious relationship between Musk and X, which manifests in his frequent attendance at meetings, his tendency to hold him close during events, and his overly loving remarks about him in interviews, may be a subconscious response to the sorrow of losing Nevada, a desire to treasure each minute spent with his children. Musk had to deal with the sadness of losing a kid at a young age, which is something no parent should have to go through. Nothing, not even his worldwide renown, tremendous fortune, or enormous influence, can ease the loss of Nevada. There is a parent who, underneath the public persona of a millionaire entrepreneur, once cradled his young boy in his arms, felt his small heartbeat for the final time. Musk hardly discusses Nevada, but in those few occasions when he does, he conveys a pain that still remains. We are reminded of this. It serves as a sobering reminder that some losses, no matter how strong or successful one becomes, leave an indelible stain that not even time can erase. Elon Musk's kid, who is 4 years old, is one of Grimes's 3 children with Musk. The intricacy of X's name has reportedly caused him mental distress, as he is the first of the 3. Since his reputation has made him a target of ridicule online and in other places, this can escalate into something far worse. Let's go into the specifics of this couple's tragic, unusual parenting choices, including the names they choose for their child. Billionaire tech tycoon Elon Musk and avant-garde pop musician Grimes are both notoriously wild characters. Everything about them, from their surprising romance to their dreams of the future, appears to be pushing limits, even down to the way they name their children. Their 3 children, born into this union, are as original and unusual as their parents. The revelation of their first son's birth certificate facts, who was first given the name XAEA12, sparked a media frenzy online. Even though Musk and Grimes said it was pronounced X-A12, many still didn't get the name. Some thought it was funny, but others thought the pair had gone a bit far with their passion for space, technology, and programming. But there was an immediate stumbling point for the odd name. Unfortunately for Musk and Grimes, California law prevented them from giving their child a name straight out of a science fiction book, since the law forbids the use of digits in legal names. The birth certificate could not include the number 12 on it. The couple made a little adjustment in response to this bureaucratic roadblock. The name was rendered legally acceptable by replacing the number 12 with its Roman numeral counterpart, XAEA12. However, neither the pronunciation nor the understanding of the name was improved by this alteration. Nonetheless, both Grimes and Musk were certain about their decision. In fact, Grimes went so far as to explain the significance of the name in an Instagram post. X stands for the unknown variable. AE is a character that sounds like Ash in some languages, and A12 was a reference to the couple's beloved plane, the Archangel 12, which Musk gushed about as the coolest plane ever. However, even with this explanation, the majority of people were still bewildered. The internet went into meme overload as people poked fun at the situation with jokes, meme generators, and even name generators powered by artificial intelligence. The tale of XAEA12 became viral almost immediately after its announcement, as the internet did not hesitate to respond. The revelation that Musk and Grimes had named their second son Technomechanicus, alias Tau, only served to heighten the already comical situation. Internet users were in disbelief. Names that appeared to have been pulled from a science fiction film seemed to be Musk and Grimes's firm resolve. The subject of how these kids will feel about their names as adults is one of the most intriguing parts of this strange naming trend. Will XAEA12 choose a more typical moniker or fully embrace his mysterious persona? Would he feel more comfortable introducing himself as X or Ash in casual conversations, or would he eventually become used to delving into the mathematical and aeronautical significance of his name? Names like Apple were chosen by Gwyneth Paltrow and Chris Martin. Blue Ivy and Sir were given to Beyoncé and Jay-Z's children, while North, Saint, and Psalm were given to Kanye West's children. The decisions made by Musk and Grimes are noteworthy even by celebrity standards. The meaning of a child's name is profoundly influenced by it. Therefore, it's reasonable to assume that XAEA12, Technomechanicus, and their sister Exa Dark Sidereal Musk may see their names differently from children called Michael or Emily. Their names will undoubtedly be a source of both envy and mockery as they grow older, and others will always find something to say about them. The unorthodox way that Musk and Grimes have chosen to name their children may be more than simply an attempt to make a statement. It may also be a reflection of their larger philosophy toward life, technology, and the future. From Tesla's electric vehicles to SpaceX's Mars colonization ambitions to Neuralink's brain-machine interfaces, Musk has often stated his passion for advancing mankind. Grimes, whose work is influenced by artificial intelligence and features futuristic music, also has an interest in how human existence and technology are going to merge. They may be sending a message that they want their children to be a part of a more advanced society with more advanced technology than what we can envision now. By choosing names that are so out of the ordinary, maybe they feel that a more conventional moniker doesn't quite mesh with their concept. It's also interesting to think about how, as society adapts to the digital era, these names could seem less weird. A name like XAEA12 might not appear too different from the screen names individuals make on a daily basis. Considering the increasing importance of usernames, gamer tags, and online identities in today's world, names that combine letters, symbols, and secret meanings may not be noticed by future generations. Maybe X, Tau, and Sidereal will be perfectly at home in a future where AI is constantly expanding its influence. For the time being, everyone is curious to see how Musk and Grimes' children develop. Will they go for a more straightforward way to introduce themselves to the world, or will they embrace the futuristic concept behind their names? Regardless, their names have already solidified their place in a cultural discourse about identity, technology, and the constantly shifting boundaries between the two. Time will tell if XAEA12 finds the internet's reaction funny or if he rolls his eyes at all the jokes made about him. However, his name will remain etched in everyone's memory forever. Is Elon Musk's son XAEA12 a tragic figure in your opinion? Post a comment with your ideas, we'd love to hear from you. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed it.